Hey guys, this is Tom from Oakland Axe Factory. I wanted to show you this great JazzMonster 8 real quick before I take the neck off and pack it up for shipment. Because we ship worldwide, everybody's got different import issues. So shipping where this guy's going, the length, you know, you can't ship it that long. Um, so I have to take them apart and ship them in two pieces. And this is the third one going to the same guy. So apparently there's no issues with that on the other end. I pretty much set them up and before I take them apart. So this one just got its frets leveled and dressed, and it was set up prior to that. So I took it apart and leveled the frets and polished the frets and all that fun stuff. Made a new nut because I didn't like the old one. Yeah, so here we go. It's a swamp ash body, unfilled, meaning that there's no grain filler. So all this ash, all this grain, the ash is really known for. It's nice and deep, and it feels great. You know, it feels like wood. It doesn't feel like plastic, which is why I love to do the satin finishes. So yeah, two-piece swamp ash body with a nice little burst on there. The burst is actually I kind of modeled it from this Fender knockoff here. Well, it's a licensed Fender copy from, who knows? I think it's an Indonesian or maybe a Chinese licensed Fender. But anyways, I've never done bursts before, so I was a little bit like, dreading it a little bit, even though I've done tons of other colors. And I think I really nailed it. And one thing I never liked about Fender bursts is the deep black, hard, thin black rim around the outside. I've never liked that look. And it's the same in a lot of, even though this was probably a $100 guitar, it's going to look very similar to a $2,000 or $1,500 American one. I just never liked that look particularly. So I'm glad this one turned out to be a lot less harsh. It actually turned out to be almost like a burgundy color, which is similar to my Les Paul. I have an '84 Les Paul, which has been my beater for 20 years, and this is very kind of similar to the Les Paul finish, kind of a mix between a Fender and a Les Paul finish. So anywho, so the JazzMonster is obviously based on the Fender JazzMaster. It's the body is not exactly the same. It's 10% smaller. So to me, it actually comes, it feels a little better. The actual JazzMasters are quite large. The other thing you'll notice is there's one switch. There's only one switch and two knobs on this, and no tremolo, no clunky tremolos though, and 8 strings, fan fret. There's a lot of differences, but anyway, so yeah, so it's two-piece swamp ash body, satin lacquer finish. And the cool thing about this too, it's not nitro. It's similar to the nitrocellulose, but it's got some other resins in it, so it actually cures. And it's got some good water resistance and a better abrasion resistance. So this is like kind of a cross between nitrocellulose lacquer and polyurethane. And this is a lovely finish. Feels great, looks great. Let's see. Hip shot, obviously. I use hip shot on everything. Bare knuckle pickups. Those are juggernauts, which aren't really, they're definitely, they can gent, right? But they're super versatile. Great pickups. Paduke fretboard, stainless steel frets, lumen lay, bird's eye maple neck, black and gold hardware all over. Love it. 4-ply tortoise pickguard. I bought the blank, the big rectangular blank from StewMac, and it is really affordable. I've used WD, and I'm a WD. I have a dealer account with those guys, and I love them. They're lovely people, and they make some great stuff, and they sell some great stuff. But the pickguard blanks are a lot more expensive there, and I just happened to find this on StewMac, and it just blew me away. It's beautiful, and it was half the price. I think it was $30 for a big old blank, which is cheap for 4-ply. That looks this nice anyways. Gorgeous stuff. Alright, some more of the back. Once again, it's unfilled swamp ash with a satin lacquer finish. And I shot the actual sunburst with dye. Trans-tint dye in denatured alcohol, shot through a little tiny gun. It's basically like a It's an LVLP, which means it's essentially a airbrush that looks like a paint sprayer, you know. I just use it off that little pancake compressor down there. And you can shoot thin lacquer through this too. It's a 0.8 millimeter nozzle. And its big brother here, I think, is a 1.3. Oh, no, I put the 1.7. I have a 1.3 on the for this. That's also an LVLP, which means it runs off like 10 pounds of air. So, yeah. Anyways, hand-rubbed, oil-based poly neck finish, ultra durable, silky smooth. And look at that bird's eye. Really pretty stuff. And some other details, of course. Well, not really much of a detail, kind of like a major design element is our mechanical fastening system. No wood screws. These are all, you know, underneath the fretboard there are threaded inserts, and these guys bolt right in. So you don't strip, they won't strip out like a wood screw. Now, you might be wondering what happens if you stripped out one of those, one of the inserts in the neck, and still it's no big deal. We could just remake the neck, you know, and you'll be off for the races. So Lexan control cavity cover, which is always fun, so you get to see the guts. Electro socket jack, which I love those things, so cool. So yeah, that's that, and you know, very, very cool take on a classic instrument. And you know, the more popular ERGs get, I think, well, about two or 3 years ago, I started really kind of looking at it, and just they all kind of look like RGs or shred guitars and stuff like that. And you know, it's not something you'd take, you know, not something, if you wanted to play 8-string, you were pretty much pigeonholed into gent or, you know, prog or something like that. So if you like classical, you know, or the more classic inspired guitars, there was nothing really out there for you. So we've been trying to cure that problem for the better part, well, a little over 2 years now, I think, with our SS8 and SS7 and now the JazzMonster stuff, which we've been doing since November. So this guitar, as seen here, is about 2,000. Maybe a little less. I'd have to actually go through the estimator, but yeah, it could actually be less than 2,000. So fantastic deal for a fantastic guitar. So thank you all. This has been Tom Drinkwater from Oakland Axe Factory. Have a good one.